So our membership and those who are watching, we've got two different groups. I think we've got those who are about to take their exam or maybe have recently passed their exam looking for their first job. And then we have those who are experienced and maybe looking to go a different path in healthcare. Annie, would you first address um, those who are looking for their first job as a medical coder? What do they put in the resume to make it stand out?
I always say if you have job experience, list it. And a very common thing that I have when I get a resume order, I'll say, well, you only have one job listed here, is that, well, the other ones didn't have anything to do with medical coding. Well, that's okay. You're getting into a new field. No one expects you to take the test and have had years of experience. So, and if you look at something even as simple as a customer service representative, maybe at Target or something, that person needs to think on their feet. That person needs to work within guidelines that have been laid out by the company. That person needs to be, production driven if they're a checkout or whatever. Those are all things that a medical coder needs to have. And I think that if you have work experience, that is already going to tell someone, okay, this person has worked before. They know what it's like to have the responsibility of having a job. They can take direction, apparently, assumedly. And so I always let people know, don't shy away from that. Also, if you have any higher education, if you want to put your high school education, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. However, it's usually the base requirement that you have either a diploma or a GED. So if you don't have those, they'll be looking at that probably, and they'll find out sooner or later. So if that's kind of like a base to work here, you have to have it. So don't waste space. If you're looking for space, you can take that high school diploma off. But if you have a higher degree, even if it's not in healthcare or something similar, that shows that, again, you have perseverance, you've had a passion for something, you can finish what you've started. And again, that you are accomplished enough to have earned that degree. So any associate's degree, any bachelor's degree, any even medical coding, programs, that you've completed, put that on there, because that tells them, this is what you're working with. I'm coming in with this background in my education and in my experience.
That's great. Lee, I'm going to ask you the same question, but real quick, I just want to read a few comments. So Patty Bassa talking about social media. She says, I'm so happy we did not have social media when I was in my youth. Oof. So yes, yeah. And Crystal May says, Google search yourself with quotes every once in a while to monitor your online presence as well. Stephanie Coding, is Coding really your last name, Stephanie? But she asks, I'm studying medical billing. Can you help me with my resume, or is this only for coders? No, Stephanie, Annie and Project Resume helps with those in your shoes who are seeking their first job in healthcare. So Lee, how about yourself? So when you see a very green, newly certified coder resume come through, what kind of things would jump out to you to make you want to consider them for a position?
Well, like Annie said, those transferable skills are important. So you do want to list your past employment history, even if it wasn't a position as a coder or even in healthcare. Whatever experience that you have where we can see continuous employment. You took on a job, you were responsible, you were there for a long period of time, so it shows commitment. You took on additional roles. So even if you are a cashier, you're a clerk, but you also help run meetings, or you also helped operate equipment, that shows that you're flexible, you're adaptable, you're willing to learn new things, you're willing to be cross-trained. So I think it's leveraging those past experience that may not be healthcare related, finding a way to leverage it so that it crosses over and shows those other things that employers employers are looking for. Yes, we need someone who is certified, whether it's a coding position or a billing position. We need to um, see that you have those skills, but you have that through your credentials. You sat for the test, you passed the test. I can teach you how to code, because when you get to that position anywhere, there are going to be internal guidelines for the facility, the provider, where they want you to code a certain way. Of course, in the guidelines that exist, but they may have certain policies and procedures in place that you're going to learn internally. So we can help you beef up those skills. What I want to see is that you're able to work with others. You're able, again, to commit to a task, to see something through. You're able to take on an assignment, even though that's not the job you were hired to do. So those are the things that also are positives and will help you land that job.